I've long felt I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting, that admitting to weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're willing to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others. Open your heart, Wuklamat. We're your friends. We're here for you. This side of the region is so different from where Hanu live. The striking colors of the vegetation alone. This place is called Many Fires for the constant stream of peddlers and travelers who make camp here after climbing the stairs. Now that I've decided to share, I feel so nervous. This seems a cozy spot for Wuklamat to let her guard down. I know it can't be easy for her. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Then let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Gulool Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either.
Don't worry, Kral. You will by the end of this expansion.
For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
But Wuklamat, you have heart. Why do you want the throne?
Why? Because my father built a nation where everyone can live in peace, and I want to keep it that way. I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali, and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. how important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamart. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Aww. Kryl.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp, I just wonder what Thancred and Urianger are up to.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Wait, we're that
I
close?
am proud to call you my friends.
We're that close?
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamot's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye, but we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alize on her rear.
Wow!
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Baldessian. And then there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If she's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tulihyolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better, and I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawnservant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Oh boy. Meanwhile, with the first promise, get a load of this guy.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawnservant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulool Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it.
Oh, you're an evil little crony, aren't you? Uh-oh.
Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
Meanwhile, with the other guy. Earlier with Bakul Jaja.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliyollal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawnservant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. Back to it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
but I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
Oh no, he's evil. Wow. It doesn't matter if Uklamat's scared of alpacas or gets sick on boats. It doesn't change who she is or what she means to her people. I have some small experience with the pressures of leadership, and crumbling beneath its weight, as you well know. If anything good can be said to have come from my failures, I hope it is my capacity to help others avoid similar mistakes. Aw, Alphino. I'm glad we could take a moment to talk things through. Uklamat seems much happier for it. It is good to see Uklamat more sure of herself. Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better. Will be better. For myself and for my people. Yay! I'm ready to move on. 92, there it is. Those are the level 91 quests, everybody. It was a very funny dungeon. Dankred made me laugh. Dankred is on the other side of that wall right now with Koana and Urianger. Maybe we'll go pop in and say hi to them next time? Probably not. I bet those cowards have already fled. The Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is a favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there'll be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although, considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road! We have Zorulja and the... What have Zorulja and the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again, for now. We'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. I really like this area a lot. To be honest, I have liked basically every map so far. I really like the leaves falling down. It's such a nice touch, and the trees are so pretty. Dawntrail maps are knocking it out of the park so far. Again and again, I am struck by the majesty of the falls. It is difficult to comprehend the sheer volume of water this natural wonder produces. I felt eyes on us several times as we made our way here, though they soon seemed to lose interest. The bandits' lair is said to be somewhere near here, but I'd prefer we avoid seeking out trouble. Oh, I see. This is the river which feeds the waterfalls above Okanu. Well, what the hell is that over there? That blue thing. Hello? Well, where are these bandits? Apparently, they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of Miyakabek Zoma, but let's remain vigilant all the same. Oh, there's more. There's multiple of that blue thing. I have to investigate. Who is this? Who are you? You are a swamp monk, and you are also a hunt mark. So, let's fight. Dude, you're freaky. Dude, you are freaky! Even as Hanuhanu culture is distinct from the Vanu, Moblin society has developed quite differently than that of their goblin cousins. Not another claimant in sight. Does that mean we're ahead or behind? Goodness me! It's like the entire village is made of pottery. So this is Earthenshire. This is it. The village where the Lay of Pots from the Tuliolal saga took place. Earthenshire, Idleshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom-built to resemble pots, while the other is a repurposed town.
Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of the happy greeting? The third promise. I said it right in you.
Maybe I shouldn't do that. Sorry. That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's elector, if you happen to know who that is.
You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Riederock is the elector you seek.
Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to performing the feat.
As much as Riederock would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing worry. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands from the post-warn were injured. This is no time for feats or metal tests.
I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd be caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tyrol. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. If this is the best they can offer, I should have never left Waku Meki Meki.
You see, the Potsworn desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the Pot Pact. Should all our Potsworn leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon.
Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village. And if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can. I could use a nap. What Mana means to say is we'll all help. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. Aaronville, you don't know me. I was hoping you'd feel that way. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We'll take every help hand we can get. Riederock truth swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rokarok. You other four, follow Riederock. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said at many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength, no more playing at being an invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now, let's find this Rakarok fellow and see what we can do for him.
Rakarok can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. You have come to aid Rakarok. Rakarok accepts your hand lending with joyous field smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet.
Whatever you need. Yay! First we'll solve this problem for the Moblins, then we'll see about completing their feat. What Rakarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potswan's Kahi. The help hand assigned to Kahi was hurt during the rock raid, so Rakarok took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Help hands do not bother the Potswan with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guess think. Please, guess think with Rakarok. Find out what Kahi is lacking so we can provide it. You can count on us. This is where Kahi works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. Another catboy just for me. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him, but that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guess think. Inspect the workshop. Okay. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace, and there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. Those tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones? He's barely touched his meal! That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. Alright, after taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kahi might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Rakarok. This must be so awkward for him. Just a bunch of people walked inside, stared, and left. Come on, let's share what we observed with Rakarok. You made your observations. What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kahi hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking. But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? Ah, but Rakarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahi's taste. I can help you with that. My brother Kuana is also het sorrow, and while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kahi probably wouldn't have been able to eat it until it cooled down, and by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Rakarok never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook? Not at all. But I don't think that was the only reason Kahi couldn't concentrate. The Hitsaro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahi seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? Oh, we could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we can get one of those? You can gather them from the shores of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up on their search for the Golden City. So we salvage them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, Mana? Okay. Okay, I'll do it for you, Wuklamat. Do anything for you. Oh, and one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahi's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order. Ah, Rakarok was too preoccupied with stocking materials. A serious oversight which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help hand's responsibility. Then we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done. Yippee!
The shoals of no return are past the crags, through a tunnel southeast of here. You should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. Okay.
Whoa! Hello! Just casually running into you guys out here. Hi! You're Mana, aren't you? What brings you out here? Ah, the issue with caring for the Podsworn. When they approached me with that same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlian instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the Moblins did not care for this idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Earthenshire, in fact. Settlements in Kazumuwaka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way here? Should I become Dawn's servant, one of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital. When I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlian technology. My apologies. I have much to consider. If you will excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, Mana. Okay, thanks, Thancred. You're gonna... Maybe Thancred will be my favorite character in this expansion. He's being really funny right now. You spot the tunnel opening, head through the passage to the Shoals of No Return, and recover the drafty shard. Drafty shard would be wind, right? So it'd be a green crystal. The crystalline shard emanates a soothing whisper of wind. It seems you found the crystal Rakarok sent you to salvage. Yay! Knowing your elements helped me solve this puzzle. Oh, triple triad. Uh-oh.
Worsawok's Potsword is not only a craft master, but also a card master. Always playing triple triad. And always beating Worsawok. Need to play train more to be a good fight friend to the Potsword. Will Lowlander play train with Worsawok?
Yeah, let's do it. Why do you have a Magnite card? What the hell? What are these cards you have?
Lowlander is a card master too. Happy thanks for play training. Worsawok learned a lot.
Those are some weird cards you had, dude.
Is that a cool breeze Rakarok feels?
Yeah, here you go.
Yes. Thank you for finding a drafty shard. Rakarok will add it to the new set of tools he brought.
And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning het sorrow, and it's on its way, even as we speak. Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's go in and see what Kahe thinks of our efforts. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I am grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll recuperate with a piece of worthy of a potsworn. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volok Shunsa. The craftsmanship satisfied Earthenshire's reputation for quality, I trust.
Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn servant.
I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill after all.
Forgive my interruption. Lamati, I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with the feat.
That's great news. Thank you for letting me know.
So this is the craft of a potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece.
Thank you for your words of praise, Second Promise. I drew inspiration from Kozuma Uka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work.
I wondered why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlian goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry.
Charlian ain't the answer to everything, dude. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tuliolol, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among Hetsaro, more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tyrol's various peoples was eye-opening.
You lived as a traditional Hetsaro. I have few fond memories of nomadic life.
Damn. Were you a country boy? Were you a country boy, Kwana? Damn. I kind of get it, though. As a country girl, I kind of get it. I tried a serving of the dish we prepared for Kahi. It was so good, I had a second helping.
Would that I could forget that time.
So it sounds like you were adopted when you were a little older than Wukulamat, because Wukulamat does not remember her home at all. Interesting.
Bacharach is very grateful to you.
I thank you
both for your hard work and clever guest think. When it comes to help handing, knowing the potsworn really is important.
Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey.
Bacharach will see that Potsworn Kahe's illustrious oil lamp is delivered to the palace at once.
The Elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Thancred and Earthenshire. I also ran into the Levier twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue.
We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Riederuck waiting. I thought everyone would be here by now.
Riederuck thanks you for assisting Helphand Rokarok. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient for a little while longer.
I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare?
Yeah, me too. I also did that.
We fed a cat boy and gave him a fan. So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Hi.
Welcome to Earthenshire. First promise, we support your plans for salt crossings and the new Potsworn they will bring. Hail the mighty Zorolja. He cleared many piles of rockfall as if they were pebble stones, the resilient son of the Dawn Servant.
Zorolja was clearing fallen rocks. I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest.
Well, well, we meet again.
This is my Buckle Jaja voice now. I was talking to a friend and we were like talking about how he gives us like Biff from Back to the Future energy. This is Final Fantasy Biff. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work.
Claimants, your attention please. As Reedrock has explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metal crafted by those artisans bring in much jingly shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trades goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. Tuliolal merchants will suffer. So Reedrock sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us.
I'm a goldsmith, I'll do it. So we're to recruit new Potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots.
Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne? You are free to refuse Reedrock's request. She'll be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zarulja's disqualification.
The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important.
Then Reedrock declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. Buckle Jaja. The Elector said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us play out our plans. Brother!
That nasty brute is up to something. Aye, he may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wuklamat? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know some artisans amongst my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tuliolal to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kuana probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand. That's just a statement of fact. You're trying so hard, Wuklamat. I'm so proud of you. I suppose we could try asking around Waku Meki Meki. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuliolal it is. Wasn't there literally a goldsmithing elf? Like, come on. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No. I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat ride. You said I should share my burden, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. Wuklamot, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. Wuklamot! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my... It will. Are you sure? Oh no, Wuklamot! I'm positive, mostly. Oh, she is so cute. Stop that. Stop that, Wuklamot. You're so cute. I'm gonna cry. Hey, yo, we're back. Anyway, there is literally an elf goldsmith in this city. Let's just snatch him. Like, duh. Can Wuklamot spawn, please? I want to talk to her. There they are. What obstacles will Bakuljaja throw at us next? Or will he try something more direct? Did we mention the potsworn in our care required a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? The four of us must have chanted the same cheers dozens, if not hundreds of times. Erenville was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. I've procured many unusual items for clients, but meeting the personalized needs of a potsworn is not an experience I'd care to repeat. Wuklamot suffers such terrible bouts of seasickness. I wish I had a spell or potion that could ease her nausea. Oh, I need a moment. Upriver or downriver? Ihui Katumu is too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley can help us recruit a potsworn. It will be so easy. Just get the elf. It's the easiest thing I've ever done in this video game. Erenville brought us here on our first tour of the city, but time did not permit a close look. I should like to observe these masters at work. Surely at least one person will answer Wuklamot's call for a potsworn. Maybe Master Ropley can help us. So this is the Waku Meki Meki that Wuklamot was talking about. I'd yet to make it this far in my wanderings. Waku Meki Meki is a gathering spot for skilled artisans of all kinds. If we're to find a potsworn candidate, I can think of no better place to begin our search. Bring out the elf.
Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Waku Meki Meki? You've not chipped your axe again, have you?
No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested?
Filching my artisans for the Moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's a Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire?
Gee, hey, what about the Ellison man who just started working here? You mean Fontaine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance.
Either way, you won't find Fontaine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day. Probably enjoying a meal over at Zivalyav Thier.
Then maybe we should go and talk to him. Just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Right. Let's go and see a man about a pot. I'm always doing this. I'm always going to see a man about a pot. I'm still not sure about this. Oh, Mana, you're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I was, wasn't I? A lost soul. Until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you've settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsword. Oh, I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the Moblins, isn't it? But you're not a Moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the rite of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. So that is the way of it. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work at Waku Meki Meki, I'm now demanding you throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I am now an official subject of Tuliolal. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos he was slain. War took him from me in an instant, the man I loved and admired. I never wish to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving Tuliolalan that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Oh my gosh, yay! Fontaine, thank you. I shall return to Master Ropley and inform him of my decision. Allow me. I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. It's all coming together. Wuklemat touches the hearts of everyone she encounters. She would be perfect as the claimant to the throne. Perhaps you remember me? Rook Avu, owner of Zibalyavtier. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Wuklemat's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown too, if gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. Is this possibly role quests, maybe? Or I can gain access to role quests. Yep, okay, it is role quests. Speak with Rook Avu at the Zibalyavtier and pursue new adventures as you progress through the rite of succession. Do I have to? Oh, I probably should, right? Because the machinist artifact gear is probably behind the role quests, huh? Ah, jeez. Maybe I should go investigate. Mana, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing and there's no one else I'd entrust it with. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly.
Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Brooke Evu, proprietor of Zibalyev. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tyrol and sometimes further come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it is inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am. Welcome, welcome. What'll you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We're in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Apiahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. Okay. Huh. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason. To throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who've dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit of what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in doing so, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. Stop! Stop right now! But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tyrol. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Did you say artifacts? Oh ho ho! I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready.
Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tyrrell continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tyrrell Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I take there are no questions? Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. They didn't order a single thing. Oh my god. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? I want to join. They left without ordering anything? Villainous indeed. It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. Oh, nice. Yay. Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the land's guard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Now, I know you've business in Tyrrell, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to hear Ral Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. This is my favorite thing in Dawntrail so far. Like, seriously, genuinely. This delighted me. I feel jovial right now. I really liked that. The role quests seem fun this time. I don't think I'm going to include most of this in my playthrough. I don't think I'm going to be recording it, really. But, I do want to check it out. I do want to at least see what the Fizz Range has in store. I think the Fizz Range was probably that Ellison lady, just the impression I got by looking at them, but I guess I don't really know. Greetings! Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Greetings, Ralmejun. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why, perish the thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted Mana has agreed to aid to the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. Okay, I'll do it. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliolal in search of aid. Cute. Lozen Ikwi, there, comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector. Someone that can be leaned upon when the times are at our darkest, so a tank. She's the tank lady. The heirloom that Nirpine must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. The healing guy. Please be Fizz-ranged. The search for Shashepsia's tribal treasures has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. Damn it, you're melee. Damn you. Oh, you can be Fizz-ranged, you're also cute. And lastly, there's Suhi, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, decide that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Wait, where's the Fizz-ranged? Aren't you forgetting someone, Rahul Jha? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. You're the Fizz-ranged. Holy shit. Rahul Jha hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Ral Mejun. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Mana. Of course, I'll share all that I know on the matter. You need only ask. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited, so long as you do what you can. The people of Tyrol, and maybe even further, will be in your debt. I'm gonna help these people with my gun. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna include this in the recording, but this seems delightful. I'm looking forward to exploring this some more. Yeah, Mr. Fizz-ranged over here. Where is he? There you are, Mr. Fizz-ranged. Where will you take me? I cannot parse where you would take me from that thumbnail alone. But I will come back to this later when I'm not recording. Master Ropley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but, Fontaine has agreed to sign the pot pact, yes? While it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith, to have one of our own handpicked to serve the third promise is a great honor for Waku Meki Meki. I appreciate your understanding. Of course! If you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. Me, pick me. It could even be yourself if you're so inclined. Yes, me, pick me. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Tuliolal. Come back to us if the Moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at Waku Meki Meki. Yay! I'm glad the elf has a happy ending. Knock on wood. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fontaine? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fontaine's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. Yay, Wuklamat, you're perfect. I may now unlock deliveries at Waku Meki Meki. Yay! I can level up my crafters and gatherers! Let's go! A father first. Ooh, we need to visit the palace. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. While you can pass the time however you like, I suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need to rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. You got it, Wuklamat. Ropley, talk to me. Welcome back, madame. You've had a Landsguard messenger most anxiously waiting on your return. Mana of the Third Promise's entourage. I've been all over the city looking for you. The Dawn Servant summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside Sunperch at your earliest convenience. Oh, and one more thing. You are not to mention this visit to Wuk Lamat. Oh shit, okay. Oh boy. Does the king want to have a little tussle with me, Mana Scarlet? Well, okay. The Dawn Servant awaits you within. While I was not informed of the reason for your audience, in terms of attire, I would suggest full battle regalia. Oh boy. Papa wants to, Papa wants these hands.
Forgive me this sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity. And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The Lance Wielder, Estinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before a victor could be decided.
Do not utter his name in front of me.
Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland. Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
Sir, I have a gun. Hey, why don't we find out? Sir, I have a gun.
A spirited answer. Why not indeed? The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms and show me the truth of the tales.
Okay.
Give it your all! I want to fight to remember! Let's test the waters. Didn't even blink. Have you ever fought a viper?
No, not yet.
Ha! Let's see how you handle this.
Wow! So you're a viper, huh?
The spearman did not lie. Very well then.
Don't... I don't like giving him credit. Ow!
Resolve and reason kingdom. All right. Did you think you had my measure? Take this! Still holding up?
That was new.
We're far from finished. No more holding back! Stay alert!
Slow. I was slow. It'll be so embarrassing if I lose to you.
You fight well indeed. You are formidable. Now we'll see what you're truly made of.
Oh, I finally understand his little viper thing. Oh. Oh, shit. Damn. You snuck those towers on me, dude. me.
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
Ah, but I'm not ready to be done yet. that was kind of fun. I kind of like that.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with.
Don't cuss.
Now, a confession. I said I'd crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here. I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Lamachi's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliola, but a concerned father. Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi? Whether it be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
I think she has a big heart. I think she's very passionate. I think she genuinely cares about her people. And I think she brings people together. Yeah, she is young, but she has potential.
Ha! A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Lamachi thinks she understands her many peoples, their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking.
They sure are.
This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it, then to no one will I yield my throne. As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me, hold on. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Are you telling me, sir? Are you telling me, Your Highness? Are you telling me that you... You let Bakul Jaja participate in this contest, not with the intention of letting him have the throne, but with the intention of us teaching him character development, of you want our help to teach this guy, Bakul Jaja, how to grow as a Mamulja, grow as a living being, and become a better person. And that's why you were letting this clown of a man in your contest? Is that what you just told me? Oh my god, dude, he's gonna kill somebody.
I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and being loved in turn. Guide Lamachi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it.
Hi.
There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
No.
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter.
I took care not to inflict lasting injuries. You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage.
No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Okay, I am warming up to this story a little more.
Watch over her, champion.
I actually genuinely really liked that. It's giving me a new perspective on this rite of succession.
Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galof's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
So basically, only Wuklamat and Kuana are even really in the running. I don't know what I expect for the conclusion for this contest, by the way. Like, it could just as easily be Kuana as it could be Wuklamat. I don't think it's gonna be either the Mamulja, which is what it is, I suppose. But this idea that this rite of succession is not quite a contest for the king's throne has actually warmed me up to this idea a lot more. He's not trying to find someone worthy of the throne, he is trying to create someone worthy of the throne. Oh my gosh. I actually really like that. If it's like a little detail that changed it just enough. Now I know earlier I kind of went on a big tirade about how I wasn't feeling Dawntrail in the earlier parts of the story, and we are still very early. But as I thought, you know, I'm letting it spread its wings a little more. I am starting to warm up to it a little more. I still have issues with it. Some of my issues are mostly about the returning characters, to be honest. I still don't know why Alphino and Alice are here. I do know why they're here. It's because marketing and because we need a healer. But I don't really like that Alphino and Alice are here as much as I love them. But this new outlook on the rite of succession I actually really like. We're starting to get a little bit more substance with Kuana. I like that. The two Mamulja characters, I'm getting like nothing from them, but I am starting to think that Bakul Jaja is just funny. He's like a clown villain. He's just funny. The other one, I feel nothing for the other one. Like, I genuinely just feel nothing. Here's what I'm kind of thinking is going to happen based on what we've seen so far. I don't think any of the claimants are going to win this right of succession. I think at the end of this right of succession, Gulool Jaja is going to say, no, none of you are ready. I will not relinquish my throne. And that's going to piss off one of the Tul Mamulja. I don't know which one, it depends. But one of the two Mamulja is going to be pissed off about that and kill Gulool Jaja. Like, I don't think Gulool Jaja is getting out of this expansion alive. Like, let's be frank. But yeah, that's where my mind is at this point in the story. It's been cute. I like that Gulool Jaja is a nice dad. The fight with him was very fun. And yeah, so I know I still have some misgivings about Dawntrail so far, but I am enjoying it. I am having fun. I like the direction the role quests are going. I'm excited to dip my toes into that. But yeah, overall, Dawntrail's been alright. Still alright with some problems. Alright with some problems. If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know of only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away after their bouts. Zarul Jah, your lance-wielding friend, Estinian, and yourself. He's not my friend, he's not my friend, he's not my friend! You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious, though. Did Papa want anything else of you? A small favor, nothing more. Well, if that's all it was. Hey, speaking of Estinian. Where the hell is that guy? I still haven't had one bite of Namika's food thanks to Papa's nonsense, so I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the Forod Cabins. Come and join us after you've had a moment to recover, eh? Damn it, Papa. Why is it that I'm enjoying Dawntrail more now that it's like a dad is trying to teach his kids a hearty lesson and not a bunch of guys are competing for the throne? Like, Dad just wants to prepare his children for the big world out there. I like that. I don't know, I guess because it's more personal. I guess I'm enjoying it because it's more personal. But ain't no way Gulool Jaja's gonna be coming out of this expansion alive, let's be real. Though, you know, that's assuming Final Fantasy XIV has the guts to kill characters anymore. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorzea prepared to travel in search of work, so I had a few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Fontaine. Shall we depart for Earthenshire, then? A word before you go. Hello, Mr. Manners Man. What's the manner with you? Look, Uvu, what are you doing here? Oh, I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetuating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Please take up your axe and rend my flesh into taco meat. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. All right, then. I won't let it bother me either. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. What was that all about? I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. It's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Tyral for 1,000 years. Yet, when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this, third promise, is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. And that is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Wukavu. I need to look something up. I need to pull out my Encyclopedia Eorzea and check something. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, then how did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? It seems the legend originated with the Yokoi. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. A lead we shall follow in time, but first, let us see Fontaine safely into the Moblins' care. I am legitimately about to bust out my Encyclopedia Eorzea. I'm not kidding. I'm picking it up right now. Encyclopedia Eorzea 3, page 13. The shards and the source and its reflections. Is it loading a cutscene right now? It's taking a hot minute. Meanwhile, in Kazamauka. Uh-oh, what are the evil Mamuja doing?
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me! He's just a runt.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Your part in this is far from over.
Okay, shit's going down. Shit's going down. What could possibly happen? My brain, maybe it's the Garlemald part of my brain, like the Garleans up to it again part of my brain, even though there's no Garleans in this one, thinks they're gonna do some kind of experiment on Bakul Jaja, so hey, what could possibly be going on here? We're back, and we brought with us a willing potsworn. This is Fontaine, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Esteem's Aesthetics in Ul'dah.
Wonderful, impressive. You were the first to return, Third Promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. Welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire. Helphand will show you to the workpot.
This is it then. I'm looking forward to hearing you proclaim Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fontaine. I'll be sure not to disappoint you.
You have met the requirement of the Feat of Pots. Reader Rock presents your keystone with joy smiles and well-wishing.
Ooh, what flavor is it? What flavor is it? Blueberry! Nice, 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 nice. Yummy. That makes 3.
More Potsworn candidates. Come, tell Reader Rock your tales.
Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired.
Oh, you are doing well. I expected nothing less of Zorulja's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Second Promise. We must have you apply that Sharlayan knowledge you so cherish and arm Tural with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course.
The tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tuliolal is known for its advanced technology. Just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Sharlayan.
That may well be true, but how long will it take Tuliolal to progress to this advanced state? How many years?
With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very... Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Sharlayan whole. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprising and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire.
Then we keep fighting until the mounting costs convince them to lay down their weapons, until all have grown tired of loss.
How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace.
Psh, Riederock is reminded of days long ago. In the time before Tuliolal, there were no pot packs for the pot sworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Until the day Gulool arrived. The families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mobbies are not a war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gulool just wanted to talk.
Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true?
And so began the custom of good living. Happy potsworn make good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Gulool words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine.
So the head of reason was behind the forging of pot packs.
Yes, reason and clever think changed mobbies' way of life.
Huh.
The first promise tires of your talk of olden days. He would rather look to the future and the next feat.
We should be getting on as well. Bakul Jaja never did come back, did he? Gee, I wonder if he's okay.
Do you have a moment, third promise? Rakarok would repay you for help handing with Kai. He brings a tale of the Golden City.
Really? I'd love to hear it.
The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between. They live in golden happiness, a city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds.
Everything fashioned from gold, eh? And just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now that's a city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Rakarok, where did you hear that particular tale?
From my longtime Yakoi friends. They live up in the mountains in Urkopacha.
The giants again.
Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. I just realized, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize, this isn't a story about me, the Warrior of Light. This is a story about Wuklamat, and we're her mentor. We are her freaking mentor, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize it. It unsettles me that Zarulja is even a claimant in the first place. Surely his father cannot condone his violent ambitions. No, he's literally trying to teach his son a lesson, like I'm not kidding. The head of reason in Readerrock's story sounds so different from the head of resolve. They share the same body, yet their personalities are wholly distinct. That sounds kind of awkward to me. The stories describe a place of boundless happiness, but are also rife with dire warnings of seekers who do not return. What are we to make of this? These tales raise many questions. Let us hope the giants have answers. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. The Urkapacha Highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up to the mountains. Let's find that first. Okay. But, looking something up real quick. I pulled out my Encyclopedia in Orzia, and I got hit by a bunch of cutscenes. So, the reason I'm looking this up is because they said... I forget exactly what they said, because I got caught up in all those cutscenes, but I think they said that the City of Gold, like something happened to the City of Gold 1,000 years ago, or something like that. I'd have to rewatch my own footage to remember for sure what was said, but something 1,000 years ago at the City of Gold. And I wanted to look up which calamity that would be connected to. It looks like... And I'm a little confused about this, I'm not gonna lie. I do really like following the Final Fantasy XIV lore, but I'm not super knowledgeable about the timeline. So it took me a second to even figure out what the present year is. But looking at the present year and looking at what was about 1,000 years ago, it looks like that would coincide with the... Well, it doesn't really coincide with the calamity at all, actually. It coincides with the original Thordan killed Ratatoskr, but that's not relevant to what I'm trying to look up. Well, it was the 6th Astral Era. 1,000 years ago would have been the 6th Astral Era. So that might be connected to the flood. The reason I'm looking this up is because I've had speculation that the Solution 9 stuff is going to be the result of a lost society trying to rebuild because of possible connections to Final Fantasy IX. And I was interested to see what calamity could be tied to 1,000 years ago, to see the possibility of a calamity being involved in the Golden City. But it doesn't look like 1,000 years ago, unless they're being like vague with the 1,000 years ago. Like, and I might be confusing the timeline. I'm struggling to read this timeline, to be honest, but it was in the 6th Astral Era, and it doesn't look like there was a calamity at this time. But the 6th Astral Era would have been when the flood happened. Yeah. So approximately 1,000 years ago is when that flood happened, and I was just wondering if that could possibly be connected to this Golden City, but to be honest, I'm starting to think I am chasing a red herring. So, yeah. We're to meet with the Yakoi at last. This road will take us through the mountains to the Urkapacha Highlands. An exhausting route, perhaps, but a straightforward one. One day, we're sailing up rivers, and the next we're hiking up mountains. The Highlands are where the Lay of Proof took place, that being Gulool Jaja's encounter with the Yakoi. But 'tis also the stage of the Lay of Ice, where heroes fought the monstrous Valigarmanda. I am most curious to know what the right will demand of us there. Perhaps we will be fighting Valigarmanda. Looks like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Third promise! I'm glad I caught you. Readerrock asked me to bring you back to the village.
She says there's something she forgot to give you. Huh? Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long if you would please follow me. Suspicious! I wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. Uklamat, that sounds like a trap. Uklamat! Don't go alone! You are failing, my student. You have taken a misstep, my student. Knowing Uklamat, she was probably eating sweets behind our backs and forgot to pay the shopkeeper or something equally careless. He had a rather interesting hair for a Hyur. Or should I say a Tanawata? In any case, strange that I never noticed him while we were in Earthenshire. Wasn't he the one that was with, Kawana? Wasn't he with Kawana, or am I mistaken? That man seemed familiar somehow, but I just can't place him. Wait, really? Like, I mean, he was... I thought he was the one with Kawana. Was he someone else? Was he someone, oh god, was he someone who was cheering on one of the other claimants and I have forgotten his face completely? I will be so mad. I'm eager to continue to the Highlands and meet a Yakui face to face. We've heard much about them, but I'm not entirely sure what to expect. This has taken quite a while. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. Perhaps there were complications? Well, let us wait a little longer. This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Wuklamat's sense of direction, or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link pearl. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? Why don't we just call her like an hour ago? She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire. 'Twas Ritaraku who had business with her, yes? Uh-oh. That can't be good. I pray not untoward has befallen the third promise. Something's not right. I can feel it. She doesn't seem to be here. I thought Wuklamat was just being her usual impulsive self, but now I'm not so certain. Back so soon? We come looking for Wuklamat. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Ritaraku did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Then, who was that man who came for her? Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where's Lamati? Is she not with you? Are you guys gonna join me as trust members for my upcoming dungeon? You don't know where she is. How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable. Yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent on locating her. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wish to follow a claimant to lose the contest. This is not how I'd wish a fellow claimant to lose the contest. My sister least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Mana and I should work together at least. The better to facilitate communication between our groups. Yeah, double machinist party! Let's go! Then the rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything.
We'll be on our way as well. Right. Keep in touch. Come, we should begin our search. All right, my fellow machinists, lead the way.
This is most worrisome. If Rita Rock hears anything, she will let you know.
Damn, we're still in the 92 quests. I thought for sure we'd be in 93 by now. If Lamati was returning to Earthenshire from the west, then she should have passed through here, except Rita Rock swears she didn't see her. In which case, 'tis entirely possible that Lamati never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. Let me size you up, Catboy. This is the first time I've had a chance to look at you. Of course I'm taller. You're a Catboy. Why would I not be taller than you? I'm taller than all the Catboys. That's how it works. I don't know how I feel about this Catboy. I mean, he's very guarded, and I know I have a lot to learn about him. And also my gun is better. And he stole my pants, but my pants are cuter. If the guard did not see Lamati, then we could be fairly sure she's not in Earthenshire. She's not one to pass without notice.
The third promise. Mobby has been standing at his post with diligent eye-watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way.
What of Tanawata with brightly colored hair?
Mobby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flaps about a Pelu peddler in many fires who was attacked by a crazy-haired bandit on the road.
A bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here. Though I wish it were otherwise, we must consider the possibility that the Tanawatan messenger and the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamati is in very real danger. Come, let us hurry to Many Fires. I'd like a word with this peddler, should they still be around. Here, Mana. This is the merchant who ran afoul of the bandit.
Was this something I could help you with?
I am told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened?
My goodness! I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel, Walkessa, who ambushed me.
You know the name of your attacker?
There's no mistaking that hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. Walkessa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel. And with no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative.
Little wonder he went after Lamati. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect he'll soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first and deliver his deserved payment in person. What say you to a small deception? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Walkessa out of hiding. Then, when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. That was a Final Fantasy reference. Rat tail, baby. We love rat tails here in Final Fantasy.
An excellent plan, and I have just the right garments for your disguise, at a specially discounted price, of course.
A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. Very well. I accept your generous deal. I hope you look cute. Damn it, you look cute. Ah, shit, you're... Look at this little nerd boy. Oh my god. Now we lay the bait. I will precede you in the Many Fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Walkessa is as coin-hungry as they say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Alright, Catboy. You're getting a little cuter to me now. Time to play our parts. Follow Kawana's lead and try not to fall behind. Follow me. There, that Exbrawl fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you put on an appropriate display, we can continue to our next performance. Yo, this catboy makes me so incredibly happy. A rare gemstone from that Hitisaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I've not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts. A good start, but I would make certain Walkessa is aware of me. Let's continue. That moblin over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours, Mana.
What can Mobby do for you?
I have an enthusiastic moblin. I'm happy, moblin. I'm happy. I'm happy I get to hang out with this cute cat boy.
The Hitsaro sold you a sparkle stone for your collection? Well, that explains your giant joy smiles. Mobby is happy for your happiness. Mobby is also jealous of the merchant and all his jingly shine he must have made.
That should be enough. But perhaps one last act to drive it home. Man, Charlian was school land and Tural is store land. Sale land. Merchant land. Do you see that cheerful Pelu? Tell them the tale of your precious gemstone, and then we'll be done with this part of the charade. Little Pelu Pelu, I am so happy about this cat boy right now.
A passing peddler had a very gemstone you sought for your collection. That is a stroke of luck. And I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Well, I'm inspired to go earn some pearl of my own. Who knows? Maybe the opportunity will find me, even as it found you.
Ah, my most valued customer. The profit from that single purchase of yours should see me through weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat purse and no sellswords is tempting fate, so I shall make Earthenshire my last stop and then return forthwith to Tuliolal. Evil pink-haired man. Did you see? The rat has come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection, Mana. A woman of many talents, just as Thancred and Urianger described. Now let us lure Walkessa out and spring our trap. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed, the better to sell the act of a defenseless merchant. Assuming Walkessa is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. You got it, Kawana! Walkessa will tell us what he's done with Lamati.
I hear business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have. You're the gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spit in your eye. Men, kill these Vidral. Slippery vermin. We'll have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, Mana, pray leave them capable of speech. Okay. They're asking me to kill a cute bunny girl, but I'll do what I must. I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? Think I'm scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royalias as a trophy, as soon as I get free of these ropes. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is.
Eat pack of shit, salt lover. You'll get no answers from us.
Oh shit. That's right. We don't serve you.
Do not play games with me. Where is Wuklamat?
I am fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. No. We were hired to nab the third promise, that's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired? By whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wokesa knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we needed their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Thancred and his tracking skills. But perhaps you could pursue Wokesa in the meantime. The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamatier is being held. Okay. You got it. I'll be stealthy on my motorcycle. Follow Wokesa from a distance. The objective will end in failure if you're noticed or fall too far behind. Should your quarry begin displaying the effects shown in the picture, you will be discovered when he turns around. To avoid detection at these times, make use of cover, such as rocks and trees. The objective will also end in failure if you follow too closely. Keep your quarry in sight, but avoid stepping into the detection circle. That's right, they nerfed this. Should you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. Cool. They made this easier. I knew that woman looked familiar. This job's worth more trouble than it's worth. Shit. Dang, that warning is kind of nice. Said I should meet him in front of this something. Who's there? You'll never catch me. Oh, damn. Wow. Despite my clownery, despite being like, oh, I'm so smart now, I got caught anyway. Very cool. Duty complete. Finally, my money! Give it to me now! The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hurting for coin, and I offered you gainful employment of the kindness of my heart. Kindness? You brought a blackened tempest upon us! One look and I could tell that woman was a killer, a butcher, a salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me your fearful bleeding. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Kuwana told me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? Yeah, it's bad. And you think the bandits were hired by this Hubigo? Alright, new strategy. Forget Walkessa and stay on the Mumblejaw's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance until we're certain they have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able. Okay, cool, more stealth, got it. You didn't see that. I realize I can be farther away than I think. And it certainly helps that they're like highlighted now. Oi. I don't know how he didn't see me, but it doesn't look like he saw me. Very cool. Duty complete.
Better late than never.
Thancred jump scare. Hi.
That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Confound it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so we could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
Trust in Thancred.
I do trust him, but... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be? These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Tancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes? Why release the Panity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
It seems like everyone in this family except Zarul Jah cares about each other, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zarul Jah also, in some twist, cares about his siblings as well, just in a really messed up way. I don't know. But they're putting a lot of emphasis on family in this expansion, so I am interested to see where this goes. I may have put rescuing Lamati ahead of my own progress, but do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. You understand how important she is to me. Yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made this same choice. After all, if I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. It's still 92. Wanna hang in there for 8 hours, but I'm Kuana, hang in there for about 8 hours, buddy. I'm getting a little tired, bud.
Good morning, Kuana. Let's go save your sister now.
Hi, I got some rest. I haven't been playing the MSQ as fast as I normally do. Feel like it's been taking me a lot longer than usual, but I got some rest. It is a new day. It is day 2 of early access, so let's go save Lamati. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief everyone on our present situation.
Thus, at the very least, we believe this Hubijo knows where Lamati has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak, and I should like to join him with all haste. Unfortunately, our quarry had the foresight to release the punity from its harness, leaving us without a means to give pursuit. Erenville, as an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast? With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however. I guess it's me. Would you accompany him, Nana? With pleasure. Good morning, Erenville. Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when the punity was let loose. With all the peddlers here in the camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. As for any necessary metalwork, Earthenshire's artisans are but a short walk away. Then let us divide the tasks and have at it. There was an unusually aggressive herd of wild punities downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the waters upriver. Wow, Erenville, you're genuinely so smart. I'm gonna try to get through a lot more story today than I did yesterday. I didn't do a lot of story, not as much as I would have liked. But I did something yesterday. I have a little trick I have prepared for an upcoming battle. So I made sure to do something yesterday. Stay tuned. Assuming our punity has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of Marcia Legaka. We'll need to lure her back to the shadows with the promise of food. Wild punities eat mainly aquatic grasses and plants, but the tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, I added leftovers to the feed I prepared. This should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scents. Legaka is crawling with predators, however, so I'll leave it to you to scatter feed deeper in. I'll be waiting for you near the shallows with the rest of our punity's enticing feast. You know, it is a really popular theory that Erenville is another adopted child of the king. And I'm kind of thinking, even if that does end up being true, that is kind of largely irrelevant to the right of succession. Because if anything, it feels to me like he's more, like if he was an adopted child at all, I'm kind of having my doubts, but if he was an adopted child at all, he has left that behind. So I don't think he is really anything, like he has no foot in this race, you know? I don't think there's going to be anything coming from that. Come and let me know once you've scattered the feed. Like, I don't think it's going to have anything with the right of succession, but I do think it will have something with this family relationship, and I am hoping that family relationship gets more and more in the spotlight the further into this MSQ I get. Like, I'm more interested in the family stuff than I am the right of succession stuff. But to be honest, you scatter Erenville's punity feed along the water's edge. To be honest, I'm not really even getting that vibe from the story anymore. Like, I don't think Erenville is... I don't know, like, it doesn't seem like he is a secret fourth promise or anything, but we'll see, I suppose. He did have, you know, that other name, and the king knew him, but I don't think we're gonna see Dawn Servant Erenville. All set? I just finished laying out the last of the bait. Step back out of sight and leave the rest to me. Alright, thank you, Erenville.
Here she is. Shh, there's nothing to be afraid of. We just need your help one last time. You're hungry, I wager. Come on, come with me. Oh, does Erenville like animals more than people? Erenville, you're cute. Yes, that's a good girl. Aw. We'll be fine here, I think. I'll give her a few more treats and then lead her over to the boat. You can let Kuana know we have our punity back. Okay. Wow. I love that for him. Cares more about animals than people. Well, maybe that's not the right word. Is more comfortable around animals than people. Maybe that's a better word. Wait, I want to look at this. I can't just leave this behind. I have to get a closer look at this. Shh, everything's all right now. Being alone in a strange river must have been frightening for you. Meow. The Punity seems comforted by Erenville's scent. Oh my gosh. I love that. My least favorite part of the expansion so far is waiting to see if there are other NPCs to talk to that still need to spawn in, because I'm never sure. It's possible Kuana's the only NPC here, but it's also possible once I talk to him, Alphinaud and Alice will show up. And I hate that unknown, and I hate waiting. It appears, however, Kuana is alone this time. Erenville has the punity in hand. Good. I expected nothing less from a certified cleaner. As for the harness, we were able to purchase all the parts we need. The Leviar twins are over in Earthenshire right now, having the Potsworn make the repairs. I'm told it shouldn't take long. We'll be ready to embark on our rescue mission as soon as we hear from Thancred. Man, we still not level 93. I was kind of expecting, Wuklamot would be held in a dungeon and we'd have to do a dungeon, but we're still 92. Thancred must know something by now. You found her? Understood. Thank you. I had to invoke his name. I had but to invoke his name. Thancred followed the Hubajo's boat to its destination and confirmed that they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Bakul Jaja and his minions. I swear I will make them regret this. Lamati is in Richleaf Tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the punity and make our way back to Ihuikatumu. I'm so sorry about how bad I've been pronouncing all these names. I've been doing worse than usual.
Thancred. The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim their baubles by force.
Give it back! Forzenten poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it!
Oh, was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant!
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
Now, brother. You shouldn't tease her. Look, the poor thing's on the verge of tears. Meow. Someone save me. Who did that?
Get his ass, Kawana.
His scales are as thick as his skulls.
Hell yeah.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
Tis the blessed sibling's favorite tactic.
That useless Bune was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit her hostage.
Oh my god. Man, I've been so badass in this expansion so far. What the hell?
That one's not to be underestimated. They can do nothing while we have.
Oh my god.
Impeccable timing.
Amachi, are you all right?
Oh my god. Wait, these siblings are so cute. What the hell? What the hell? He loves his little sister who's twice his size. Oh my Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I care about them.
Aye, thanks to you.
These weaklings think they can defy us? We'll slaughter the lot of them!
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoralja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I gut these maggots and feed them their entrails!
Uh-oh, the brothers are fighting.
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
No, brother. Break off! We retreat!
He took my blueberry!
Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
He took my blueberry stone! Awuklamat's blueberry stone. This is her story, not mine.
Do we give chase?
We head back. Amachi is safe. And that is what matters.
I care about my sister so much. She is twice as big as me. She is twice as big as me, and I will keep her safe. I am glad to see you unharmed, Lamati. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Kawana. And all of you, too. Buckle Jaja must be desperate indeed to resort to such aggressive tactics. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him, and it cost me a keystone. Fontaine upended his life so I could accomplish the Moblins' feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down. Yeah, the contest isn't over yet, my student. Do not lose heart. You're right. It's not over until it's over. Thank you, teacher. The next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take back my keystone. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Buckle Jaja curse some useless Bunawa sycophant when he caught sight of us? A reference to Cyril Ja, I would assume. He is devoted to our brother and is the only Bunawa I know of participating. Is the only Bunawa I know of participating in the rite of succession. If Cyril Ja was somehow involved in this, I will never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. Kwana, you shouldn't hold your emotions back. Let it all loose, dude. Buckle Jaja should face punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had the temerity to abduct Lamati. I shall request that father send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe. But I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. Tis something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Wuklamat? You bet I am. Zarulja gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. Alright, I have great news. I have fantastic news. The more I'm learning about Kwana, the more I'm liking him, and I was worried he would be boring, but no. I love how much he loves his sister. I love how much he is trying to act like he has his shit together when he in fact does not have his shit together. I love that. We'll need to take that keystone back from Bakul Jaja before we arrive at the City of Gold. He will not relinquish it without a fight, though. Though they share a single body, it's obvious Bakul Jaja has two minds when you see one head calming the other head down. His personalities are as distinct as two individuals could be. The Wuklamat I once knew would have been inconsolable at the loss of the keystone. This journey, and your companionship, is doing her a world of good. That's my student for you. Kawana is the picture of composure and rationality, except when it comes to matters concerning Wuklamat's safety. Far be it from me to fault a brother for being protective, but still. I really am sorry this happened. From now on, I won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. And again, I do appreciate you all coming to save me. Okay, now we're 93. We're gonna go see the giants, baby.